Hello, I am Delusional Scholar and I'm back to talk to you a little bit more about how the narcissist views sexuality. So, the next thing that happens is, as I said, he stays with that partner because she's not as likely to leave him and not be the supply source for him. But the thing is, as with any decent person who wants a giving relationship and a one-on-one connection, eventually that partner, that spouse, will leave him or her. They get tired of being neglected. They get tired of feeling used and feeling like an object, being objectified. So, because they're starved for affection, that spouse often does leave. The partner often does leave. In this way, the narcissist even receives some narcissistic supply by the person leaving, because it's like the narcissist is now getting punished. And believe it or not, a narcissist feels like that little child inside that feels they're like worth nothing more than to suffer. So it's kind of like they've created a very history that they don't want, and yet at the same time, it's kind of a refreshing source of narcissistic supply because they can say, see, I am a bad person, everybody leaves me, and they like that in a sense because it still gives attention to them. They can play the martyr at that point, and they love to play the martyr, the hero, the rescuer, or whatever role they can. So you see, even when you or whoever leaves, they're still feeling like, you know, the supply, and they'll often turn that on, well, you're the one that left. You know, well, she was no good anyway because, look, she left and she wasn't even committed, and I don't know, they project all kinds of weird stuff into relationships that just isn't the truth, but it's their way of getting through the fact that they blew it again. Okay. In the case of certain narcissists, as I said, they stay busy so they don't have to engage in sexuality with the spouse or the girlfriend. Sex is often viewed as something that is a necessary evil. It's like a chore. It's like, oh, I guess I have to do that because that's what husbands or wives do. So I'm going to do it. But there really is no heart connection. There's no genuine feelings in it. It's very much going through motions. I can speak firsthand on this again. In my case, it was often that way, where it was just, you know, we went through the motions. There were no I love yous exchanged. If there were, it was I love you, and that was about it. You know, there was no romance. And a lot of people would say, well, you know, those romantic movies you watch, those are all phony. People don't really act like that. I beg to differ on that. I think if you have the right partner that is not a narcissist, that really cares about you as a person and wants to connect with you in that way, intimately and in kindness and love and giving, that can be a very special time, and it can involve romance, definitely. So no, I don't buy the idea that, oh well, it's just a movie. I did, however, tell myself that for years to be able to survive 23 years with a narcissist. That, oh well, you know, that's just phony. I even told people that. That's just in the movies. It doesn't really happen. And a lot of people would say, well, that's how my husband is, or that's how my wife is. But I had to keep convincing myself that that wasn't true because I didn't want to feel like I was so deprived in my relationship. So, yeah. The things we tell ourselves just to survive and cope with things. You know, it's a defense mechanism on our part too. When the narcissist is engaging in sexuality, they will often limit that to their partner because that makes them look like the good spouse or the good boyfriend, the faithful one. So again, they get the narcissistic supply by looking like they're doing the right thing and they're committed and they're everybody's, you know, the husband that everybody would want or the wife that everybody would want. So that's more narcissistic supply. So you see, even when they're doing what looks to be good, it's all about getting that supply, that attention, that adulation and admiration. It's always about that with them. And by engaging that way, it keeps other women and men away from the narcissist because they're in a committed relationship. So as much as they want to have those affair situations, that's only when they've been narcissistically injured. If they are not in a position of narcissistic injury and their puppet is performing as planned, they do not want to go outside the relationship and engage in things. They want to look like they're in a committed relationship because they want the other women to be jealous of the other men in that case, because it makes them look good. So more narcissistic supply. Anyway, stay tuned. I will definitely continue on this topic of how does a narcissist view sexuality.